Hey guys, Loco here with another Loco recap. Today I have for you Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves. So normally I think of 100 Thieves as a team fighting team, and I don't think it's really possible for any team that plays straight up team fight style to beat Team Liquid in North America. They are by far the best at that style. But right now Team Liquid has visa problems with Broxah. He did get approved, but the earliest he'll play is week 4 or 5, and we're in week 3 right now, so no Broxah. And they actually are going through a lot of problems, especially in their pick and ban and kind of the limitation of their playstyle. So this game turned out to be very, very interesting. 100 Thieves, on the other hand, have been having a lot of problems with their support and mid lane. I think Stunt is a really good player. I know how much work he puts into solo queue and how vocal he is, but it really does not show on stage, and he's been having pretty iffy performances. And Ryoma, he just hasn't looked good on stage at all. He's been getting caught out in weird places, and he just does not seem to be very synced with the team, and it's not like he's a very explosive player either. So let's see how this match went, and I'll try to explain to you kind of the problems both teams are dealing with and why one team was actually very intelligent about fixing their problems where the other team kind of really got lazy. Without further ado, let's get started with the draft. So let's start with the draft as always. 100 Thieves, I love what they're doing with their bans. They're banning out J4, something that Skirmishes has been extremely comfortable on, and also fits really well into TL's playstyle, which is teamfight, and also which is really, really good in the meta due to a lot of immobile AD carries being played. And also, I really like the Xayah ban, because Xayah Rakan is usually double lift and core JJ's best. And when they don't get affiliates, they like going into Xayah Rakan way better than they like going into Senna. Actually, Doublelift had this line about Senna, how she's a dog champion and he doesn't like playing her. So funnily enough, Doublelift playing Senna after Xayah got banned out. As for TL, they're banning Set because 100 Thieves and Someday had a really great game on Set versus CLG. I don't think Set is particularly like Giga OP or anything, but it is a nice champion to have banned out if the enemy top laner is really comfortable on Set. Now, when we get into the picks, we'll talk about some of the interesting things going on. 100 Thieves has a very standardized teamfight draft. One thing that does stick out to me is the early Gragas pick. I think they recognize without Jarvan in the meta, Gragas is one of the best engagers, and they really want Meteos to be on engage, not stunt, because the other engage champions are coming from like top lane and support like Ornn or Leona. But Meteor is probably the most comfortable and the most consistent member on the team right now, so him having to engage in Gragas also gives him a nice early game too. As for TL, there's actually things I really, really dislike. So 100 Thieves has read TL like a book when it came to the top lane pick and kind of the top lane champion pool. I don't think Impact is able to play really good champions into Aatrox. Like the really good champions into Aatrox are stuff like Camille, maybe even Fiora, but Impact doesn't really play those, and it's not really in TL's wheelhouse. So whenever 100 Thieves blind picks Aatrox and Impact has to kind of counterpick with GP instead, I think it's a really, really weak counterpick overall. And also, they're last picking Syndra into Ori. Syndra is a good matchup on Ori, but there's a lot of pressure to execute when you have Syndra plus Lee Sin. Like that 2v2 is really strong, but you do have to play towards it early. So overall, looking at the comps, 100 Thieves, teamfight comp, a lot of pick potential, affiliates with Gravitum, Gragas with Flash E, Thresh with Hook. They want to get control at big objectives, start team fights, or make picks before. Team Liquid, on the other hand, there is a little bit of a flavor of a split push going on. They do have the GP. They have Senna and Tahm Kench, the best bot lane when it comes to 1-3-1. Senna has a global, Tahm Kench has a global. They can do a lot with that if they can get priority mid, but overall it is still a pretty basic team fight comp because it's Team Liquid. I wish they took something different for their last pick. I loved what Jensen was able to show with rides. I do think there was problem with his rides, especially with him being a little bit too greedy. But I think rides, Lee, rides, Senna, Tahm Kench, GP, all these champions really play well together in terms of actually running the 1-3-1, and that might have been a little bit better for them. But yeah, those are the two drafts. I talked about the problems a little. I talked about what both teams want to be doing. Now, let's get started with the game. So the game actually gets exciting very, very early. Sharmfire doing his red, hopping over with the ward. And now Meteor is going to act extremely calm. I love what he does. He is such a veteran in situations like this. He places down his ward. He goes to the blast cone, not giving Sharmfire vision until he has to. Gonna hop over. Gonna W up. And going to E smite. Man, very well done. I'm pretty sure it wasn't on purpose, but he was able to prevent Sharmfire from using the second portion of his Q with that E. And now this is where problems with Ryoma really show up. His wave is pushing away, and he's not hugging the right side enough. He should 100% know that the Lee can gank from left. And he's going to end up getting chunked out. Gonna have to burn his flash. And yeah, just not a good place to be in. But watch stunt here. He was able to get priority early because it's Aphelios versus Athena. Able to land this beautiful blind hook followed up by Meteos' body slam. And they're going to be able to get a first blood on Shermfire. Remember what we talked about in draft? There's a lot of onus to execute when you have the Syndra and the Lee combo. And when your jungler is going to die early and he gets his buffs taken away like this, yeah, you're not going to be able to get that clean mid lane 2v2. So a really great start from 100 Thieves. And a lot of props to Meteos. He just played every situation perfectly. Now for this second play, it's really going to show you the kind of the weakness of TL and why they can't play Senna. So the big thing about TL is they're always able to move to bot side river first because they have the stronger bot lane. But when double is on Senna versus Aphelios, he's not able to build the same kind of priority that he normally is able to, and he's going to be the second one to move. And now Cody uses Infernum plus Gravitum here to root both Shermfire and Core JJ, and they're going to be able to get the kill. And while all this was happening, Jensen was actually smashing Roma, but he doesn't really move for the river fight. And yeah, TL looks just really disjointed here. They couldn't fight for river when Double F was getting pushed in. Maybe they could have fought for river using the mid priority, but the mid laner was just trying to kill the enemy mid instead. So yeah, what are you guys doing? And now 100 Thieves able to pick up Dragon very nicely. Gonna put Double in a little bit of an awkward spot, have to flash out. Just early game gets keep getting better and better for 100 Thieves. Here we have a dive setup on Impact. I mean, GP is a pretty good champion when it comes to defending dives, but you can see what's going on. TL is not playing towards bot side at all, and Impact's left alone by himself. I think it is really showing the disjointedness of Team Liquid. Either Impact backs up from turret, or the jungle and mid duo of TL is playing towards bottom and defending against the dive, but neither's happening. TL was actually playing towards their duo lane of Core JJ and Double with their mid and jungle, and Impact didn't back up from turret. Now 100 Thieves gonna be able to get this turret using the Herald on the last 3 plays because that's where the turret is most tanky. And TL left in this terrible situation where they have 3 people beating down on turret and the 80 carry is Senna. They're gonna take forever to get that turret, while 100 Thieves gonna be able to get this turret very cleanly. That's a first turret blood, whatever you want to call it, and also pick up the dragon. And TL not even able to really get the turret all the way. Just overall atrocious teamwork and atrocious early game from Team Liquid. Now we're gonna get to TL's comfort zone, the bot lane duo or whatever, the 80 carry support duo 2v2. But Cody actually doing work on Double, able to land his ult with the Chakram, getting a lot of damage. Meteos going for that Predator engage, but not quite able to land it on Shermfire or Core JJ. Oh man, walking into the Chakram turret feels so bad. Shermfire coming in for the return. Not able to hit his Q. Meteos coming back. Stun missing his Q. A lot of skill shots being exchanged. And now Shermfire coming back. They see him on the ward. So Meteos is gonna come back. And Stun gonna lead this. Flashy able to land it on Shermfire. Followed up by the E. Core JJ has flash, but he knows he can't get out. Ryoma also TPing in, but didn't really get anything done. But yeah, TL actually losing where they're one of the strongest at the bot lane, kind of playing around the skirmish. And 100 Deep's going to be able to pick up Herald also. It's just Senna and Tahm Kench isn't a very easy duo to play towards. They actually like moving around the map more, but TL isn't very comfortable around playing around mid or playing around top, and they love playing around bot lane. So we're seeing this awkward situation of where they're trying to get something done where the play is impossible, and 100 Thieves is so happy that TL is just walking into them like this. Yeah, just Senna and Tahm Kench don't have a way to engage. What they like doing is pushing out and moving to other lanes first with Tahm Kench ult. Stun leading with Flash E. Core does eat him, but he knows even if he flashes, he's gonna die. He also gets hooked in that process actually. Yeah, just nicely done for 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves, they have priority in both side lanes, so both the solo laners able to group up mid. Meteos coming in using Herald. And while TL just can't defend against this, so they're doing the best thing that's possible, which is keeping their solo laners in the side and letting them get gold instead of grouping up and also getting starved. I mean, imagine Jensen was here. He can't do anything. So I actually think it's 100% correct for TL to give up both the mid lane turrets and make sure they're earning gold around the map. The bad thing is they're also going to give up another dragon on top of this, so they're going to be 3-0 in terms of dragon. Jensen is going to be able to pick up top turret, but yeah, things are getting way worse for TL. They are not that terrible of a scaling team. Like GP does scale really nicely. It's not like Syndra just completely falls off, and Senna does scale nicely too. But 100 Thieves just scales way better with the Ori, the Aphelios, the Aatrox. It's just, yeah, not a pleasant place to be in and not a comfortable situation for TL. So here we have 100 Thieves looking for a pick. Jensen and Shermfire are actually going to be able to get around before 100 Thieves catches them. And because they have the pink ward there, they also know that place is safe. Double lift, dodge the Gravitum ult. And Ryoma actually going to be the one getting caught out. So yeah, this kind of stuff makes me really worried for Ryoma. He should know, because they're not showing in the jungle that they can be topside. And they don't have the ward on Tribrush, so he should feel extremely scared, but he doesn't at all. I mean, he does this little head shake after where he's showing, oh man, I know I shouldn't have died to that, but yeah, dude, why are you there in the first place? That's the only thing they can really look for, picks with Lee and Syndra. So here, you're going to get to see the kind of the problem when it comes to GP versus Aatrox. I don't think Impact's a bad player. I really don't. But I think Impact's champion pool and what TL likes to do overall as a team really limits him as a player. I mean, he counterpicked GP into Aatrox and he's getting solo killed. And it's not like because he's playing like garbage. It's just you have a GP into Aatrox in a side lane. If the Aatrox is able to get on top of you, you will die as a GP. So yeah, you should never really be picking GP into Aatrox, but that's just kind of the position TL's in. Same kind of situation here. Impact can't just let 100 Thieves position around Dragon. He has to kind of make sure that they just don't get free control over their own jungle. So Impact kind of checking into Someday, and he's going to get smashed here. Oh my god, he's just getting his face kicked in. Now, 100 Thieves has Impact killed. They have good tools to deny Shenfire from entering. I don't think anything's really going to prevent them from taking this 4th dragon and getting Inferno Soul. So you can see 100 Thieves here trying to control Baron side. Ryoma with a nice catch with the ult. So they're going to go straight onto Baron here, but I really don't like it. They have the Thresh. They have the Aphelios with Gravitum. What's really nice here is if they can just bait around the brushes and force TL to come in, one person is going to have to come in and they can get an additional pick before starting Baron out right like this. It's just not the best position to be in. 5 people in the pit, like trying to take Baron. You're going to end up 50-50ing it, and also it's a leaf in. He has a chance to jump in there and kick you out. Like, this was a 50-50. They could have lost this Baron, and they didn't need to be in this situation because they have really good pick champions like Thresh and Aphelios, like I mentioned. And yeah, just showing a little bit of, I would say, lack of practice around Baron, or antsiness and the lack of patience to do the step-by-step to guarantee that Baron 100%. Team Liquid was able to nicely hide 3 members in this brush without 100 Thieves knowing after they got Baron, and they're able to get this really good catch on Cody, but I really hate what they do afterwards. They take the red, take it, or they don't take it, but this doesn't really matter. I mean, I know people are going to talk about, oh my god, what if they had the red? I mean, red on Senna is a big deal, but like them not getting red here isn't that big of a deal. My really big gripe is what happens at Elder Drake. It's 4v5. And they killed a 3-item Aphelios. They should take this fight almost no matter what. Because here's how I feel. I mean, I don't know why Impact was doing blue. Okay, that's actually terrible from Impact, like him doing blue right there. Maybe they were going to take this fight and Impact did blue, and that's why they weren't taking this fight. But Team Liquid is so far behind 100 Thieves in terms of overall gold, in terms of the dragons, in terms of comp. They're really not going to get a better chance at the game than right now, where it's 4v5 with the 80 carry dead, and them losing this shot at being able to take Elder away from them is going to haunt them. I really genuinely believe this was their best chance to win the game, and they aren't able to take the fight. Maybe because they weren't confident enough as a team, or maybe because Impact was doing blue and he got caught out. I don't know why, but you guys 100% should have taken this fight. So 100 Thieves has the Elder Drake, and they're going to try to end. They already took both mid and bottom inhib. Someday on the Nexus, but TL actually does have really good wave clear because they have the Syndra and they also have the GP. They're getting stretched in though. Elder, still 45 seconds left. Plenty of time. Ooh, Someday up here by himself. This is really bad. Stun and Cody can't actually join the fight because the wave was dead and Someday was 2 up by himself. Now 1 Nexus turret left. Ryoma holding his ult. Ryoma still holding his ult. I don't know why Cody thought of Infernum ult. Like, Infernum ult isn't that great later on. You really want to be shooting Gravitum ult or Calibrum ult. And now 100 Thieves have to back up with them having Elder Drake. Just Giga Troll from Sunday to stay up when the Aphelios and Thresh couldn't come. And just not that great of execution from everyone else involved. Do you guys remember the Baron thing I was talking about earlier? How they just try to rush Baron without picking when they should be picking? Literally, there's 3 inhibitors down on Team Liquid side. They're not in any kind of a rush to do this Baron. They're not getting out scale. They aren't getting like split pushed on somewhere. I just don't know why, but they start this Baron and they're going to get it stolen. Yes, Meteos could have smited better, but my god, the overall team decision to start this Baron is what was so atrocious, not like the smite itself. It's just, don't get into 50-50s when you don't need to. It's one of the basic parts about macro, and I don't know why 100 Thieves doesn't have a good grasp on it. Here we have the finer Elder fight coming in. Really nice flash from Ryoma to be able to not get kicked by Surnfire. I mean, he did get kicked, but he got kicked outside. And the game is slowly ending from the top side of the map due to the super minions, so TL going to have to go defend. And 100 Thieves going to be able to take this Elder pretty freely. Someday doing his best to zone. I don't know why they got off of Elder. Just stay on Elder. Wait till they come into the choke. Oh my god, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? I guess TL's going to end up backing up anyways because of the waves coming in. But 100 Thieves, just so antsy with the engagers. They can learn to be more patient. It is a new team, and they are still doing a lot better than I initially gave them credit for, so whatever. Now, they have Elder. I mean, I don't know why this game went on for 41 minutes with how long 100 Thieves has been ahead. Ryoma with a great ult catching both Doublelift and Core JJ. Core JJ going to get caught out. They're trying to finish. Actually, Doublelift living and doing so much damage, but Someday on the backline, going to be able to wreck pretty much everyone. And Senna really isn't a champion. You can carry the whole game by yourself, and Someday going to be able to get this Quadra, and that's going to be the end of this game. Finally, this shit is over. So I think overall, a pretty decent game from 100 Thieves. They had a really nice early game and a pretty okay-ish mid game. They really need to work on their Baron though. They also didn't throw particularly hard. I'll give you guys that. And TL, still so much of the same problems as 2019. Yes, Broxah is in here, but his visa is approved, so let's just wait. This version of Team Liquid definitely isn't going to be winning, even if Broxah is included. All the other problems with the other 4, not including Broxah, it's still so problematic. So yeah, just a little bit worried, but hopefully they get their shit together. And I really hope TL gets better, because right now it is a one-man race with C9 just being so much better than every other NA team. And I don't want to have another boring spring split where we go into playoffs and we know exactly who's going to win right from the get-go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Loco recap, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And remember, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye.